Bonjour, my freaky darlings. I hope you're doing okay. It's Benji here. Yeah, I'm in my dressing gown because, again, I don't really care. I just wanted to feel comfortable. But it is exceedingly hot. But I don't really feel heat that much, so I just love heat, so it's good. But anyway, enough about heat. There's me all me lovely books. This is Beautiful Night, of course, which we are going to be speaking about. We're going to be talking about Chapter 6, The Weathered Maple Leaves, in this video, as you can tell from the chapter chat title. So let's do it as per usual. There are no spoilers whatsoever. So I think a running theme, well, running question everywhere. Oh, sorry, I've got my notes here. I've got no glasses on today. I've gone back to contact lenses. Thank you very much. Hay fever is, touch wood, declining. So there we go. So I'm just going to look here. So I think the running questioning theme is: have you ever, basically, I'm reading, completely been out of your element? Like the world has literally come out of everything you know. Like it's just been turned upside down. Because that is what happens to Derek and the gang. I mean, I feel like I've repeated myself quite a lot with that, but that is a huge thing. Like when your world just gets turned upside down. Um, yeah, chapter 6 is no different. Sorry, if you could just hear something there. I think that's my other half going to the loo. We're watching the 100 downstairs, but I love the 100. Don't get me wrong. Honestly, it's fantastic. Series 3 with Ali. My gosh, that was amazing. So I'm gonna go through chapter 6 and basically the feel of the chapter first of all. The feel of the chapter. So we start out kind of completely. It's like an earthquake at the beginning. In fact, like insofar as your footing is completely off. We don't quite know. Again, I think it's a little bit more of a calmer start because we need a little bit of a rest from what's just happened in chapter 5. We need a rest after everything that happens in the end of the chapters, to be honest, with all the action that goes on. But it's kind of it's real. You don't know what's going on. This is what the characters feel like. They're just confused and frustrated, very frustrated at what's going on. So the mood. Um, it's again, we don't know why these horrible things still are happening to Derek and the gang. Derek being obviously the main character, so there is a huge element still of mystery there. But it's this desperation of wanting to know, why is this happening? Why are they suffering so much? Um, and who is causing it? Because if they find out the who, then the whole situation, touch wood, like would be wonderfully resolved. But that's not. It's not never simple as that, is it? Um, so the general scope of the chapter is, I mean, it takes place in, again, Washington DC, which is where Derek lives. So again, it's home turf. But at the same time, because everything's been so uplifted, not uplifted. What do I want to say? I want to say, yeah, such a good writer. I want to say, up. There's been such an upheaval. There we go. Yay! Um, not everything's as it seems, and even the place where they call home, is just doesn't feel like home anymore. It just feels like a battleground. So there's a lot that happens in this chapter once again, from being feeling, you know, temporarily safe, even though they don't feel temporarily safe. It should be a safe place. It's kind of bittersweet because it should feel safe, but it doesn't. And then once again, we are literally catapulted into a massive chase at the end of it. A clever one though, because the gang are springing an ambush. I'm not going to give any spoilers, like I said, but there's your literal operative for you. Um, in terms of the characters' state of mind, um, good gosh, I think they are. Some of them are broken. Some of them are highly angry. Some of them are desperate. Some of them are panicked. Some of them are lost, and some of them just feel numb. Derek is oblivious to everybody's feelings, and I think I would safely say at this point he doesn't even know what he's feeling himself. He's never been in this situation before, so I think it's all of the feelings combined that just numb him. So panic, desperation, frustration, anger, um, honestly, all of this stuff, and he just wants to go into complete and utter emotional shutdown at this point. But he has no choice. Again, it's survival. It's fight or flight at the end of it. Um, so the unspoken question that is in this chapter is, why is all this happening, and who is causing all of this? Seriously, because I think the gang at this point seriously believe that if they can answer these questions, then maybe there will be a resolution. We'll see if that happens. You'd have to read for that. But no, seriously, I think that happens quite a lot in life, and just in general in life. You think, oh, if I find out the answer to this, or if I resolve this, then everything will be great and resolved. And sometimes life does not work out like that. The resolution that you think you have backed up does not, resolve everything the way that you want it to resolve. Um, so, I mean, the stakes, I think every single chapter that happens, the pressure and stakes are just getting higher and higher and higher and higher, um, because everything is getting more and more dangerous. Um, every single time, their lives are all at stake, and it's just getting more and more dramatic and more dangerous every single time another chapter happens. Because the person that is trying to off them all, shall we say, is getting more desperate. People are dangerous when they're desperate. We all know this in life. So the more extremes they will go to. Whoever it is that wants Derek and all the lot, they're getting desperate now, and they will try much more melodramatic things. So yeah, that's dangerous. Um, so I know it from the point of view as a writer, as a reader. Um, I like to guide a reader in the sort of up and down ways, as sort of like action, 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 and then give a little bit of a break to try and give that sense of, because if you do just have nothing but action, 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 even though I love action so much, it's too much. It's too much to write. It's too much to read, because if you read just nothing but action, you're just like, sorry, who is this? What is this? Why aren't they doing this? And it's just like, I'm not enjoying this. I need a moment to pause and think, even if it is a very intense pausing and awkward, sometimes awful moments. I need to give these characters, and I need to give you as the reader some sort of respite from it. So you have that pace, the pace of going slower, and then picking up again. And of course, in this chapter, we of course meet the character of Lawrence. Lawrence comes quite late on in the story. I love the character of Lawrence so much. He is so unapologetic and such a. Sometimes he can come across as just a horrible person, but he's really, really not. I think with Lawrence, life has just beaten him so much to. He's not gonna give any masks or any, PC political, correctness, or he's just not going to be fake. He does not like fakeness. He does not like fake people. He is never going to be fake. He says it as it is. He has got a heart of gold, trust me, but he's not a people pleaser, because he does not care. And I actually quite admire that in people sometimes. I really do. You've still got to be polite, as a person, because it's nice to be polite. Sometimes he roughs that border, but yeah. So anyway, that's pretty much chapter 6. Like I said, no spoilers, so I'm not going to go into that. But yes, my goodness me, we're getting there, aren't we, with this? As per usual, I will put all the links to this beautiful book down in the links below. You can download it on digitally on Kindle, iBooks, and Kobo, and also in physical copy on Amazon as well. So yes, happy reading. I love you all. Take care. Bye.